Welcome to Mortgage Minutes, where we demystify the loan process for you. I'm your host, Austin Baker, along with my co-host, Jonathan Bond. Woo! Woo! All right, what are we talking about today?
So we're going to be talking about what is a cosigner. And before we get into that, Austin, one of the issues we run into every once in a while is a borrower has way too high of a debt-to-income ratio, or they don't have enough income. And so one of the solutions we always advocate is adding a cosigner. Yep. And that's a great way to go ahead and get the loan approval and get everything done. So we're going to shoot a video about what is a cosigner.
Yeah, and specifically what is a non-occupying cosigner, right? Because when you have a spouse, or a fiance or a significant other that you're buying a house and you're going to cohabitate together, you've got two borrowers, borrower and co-borrower on it. This is specifically talking about today a non-occupying co-borrower or cosigner. And so yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, so I briefly hit on it, but when should someone seek out to use a non-occupying co-borrower?
Pretty much the only reason is when we need more moolah.
More money, more dinero.
Yeah, and money on the income piece.
Yep.
So adding a non-occupying co-borrower that's got a higher credit score isn't going to help you.
No, you won't get a better rate.
The loan's going to be built off of whoever has the lesser credit score, not the higher one. So there's not really any other advantages that I can think of for why you would add a non-occupying co-borrower other than needing help on the income calculation.
Which gets the debt to income down if you're adding more income.
Correct.
Exactly.
Yep.
And so what type of person qualifies to be a non-occupying cosigner?
Well, really, it's anyone, and that's like anyone with eligible money.
Yeah, eligible income.
Yep. So you need to be adding someone that's going to provide income strength. So you don't want to add somebody that, doesn't have a job. You don't want to add somebody that, is really tight on their debt to income ratio. This needs to be someone who's got substantial space in their income.
Yeah, a small amount of liabilities, but healthy income.
Yep.
Yeah, that'd be a prime candidate.
Yep.
So it could be a family member. A lot of times families are willing to help people, or a
friends,
or whoever.
Yeah.
So
some dude you just met.
If you can find somebody that well.
You want to know this person really well because they're probably going to say no unless they know you really well.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
And so the next thing we want to hit on is, so if I'm a cosigner on a loan, what's my obligations?
You are fully obligated, and this is important to understand. You're fully obligated for the note. You are saying if you're the non-occupying co-borrower, you're saying that this mortgage is going to get paid. This note is going to get paid, whether the person who's the primary borrower pays it or me. That's what you're doing. You are guaranteeing to the mortgage company that the note's going to get paid. So you are fully obligated on that. And so it's very important that you have an understanding with whoever you're co-signing for, their strengths for being able to make this payment. How risky is this obligation for you totally depends on how much you trust the primary borrower to be consistently making their mortgage payment on time.
Gotcha. And if I'm a cosigner, is that going to show up on my credit report? Does this
It is. Yep. It's absolutely going to show up on your credit report. It's permanent. It's permanently on there for as long as this loan is in existence. And so the only way to get out of this is by the primary borrower either selling the property. So when they sell it, obviously you're off. If they pay it off, which can happen, or if they do a refinance. So they can refinance you off. If you're the non-occupying cosigner, your borrower that is the primary could refi you off of the loan whenever they get to the point where they've got the income to qualify.
Gotcha. So if I'm the primary borrower and I don't have enough income for the loan, but I find a friend or family member to co-sign, and then after a while my income is high enough, I've gotten a pay raise, I've got a new job, and my income's eligible.
Or now, enough income history.
Yeah, enough income history.
Someone switching from like W-2 to 1099, or they've just switched commission jobs and they don't have enough commission history.
Yeah, but after 2 years of having my commissions, now my eligible income's way bigger.
Exactly.
Now I can remove that cosigner.
Yep.
And so what's the way we remove that cosigner?
Just through a refinance. And so this is super common. We'll see, parents co-signing for kids all of the time. This is not an anomaly. This is not unique. It's not weird. This is very standard. We see this day in and day out, where parents or relatives or close friends are co-signing for one another to help them be able to get that financing through a short period of time.
Yeah, that's awesome. And so one more question: if I'm the co-signer, how's this gonna implicate or what's the implications for me getting future financings down the road?
That's a great question, and ultimately that's what this video is about. So you're not obligated. How do I say this? You are fully obligated, like we discussed, but the payment is able to get removed from your debt to income ratio so long as the primary borrower has been making the payments for 12 months on time. So if they look at that and you go, okay, a year later and beyond, as long as we can show a 12-month payment history and we can get canceled checks showing that the primary borrower has been making these payments, then we don't have to count that debt against the cosigner.
Gotcha. So yeah, if I'm a cosigner and I know I'm cosigning a mortgage, and 12 months later I'm trying to buy myself a house, that lender doesn't have to look at this cosign loan in my DTI calculations.
Yeah, they're going to be able to remove that. And honestly, if they've been making that payment every month on time, it's only going to help.
That's awesome. So that's great to know.
Yeah. So there's a lot of apprehension we run into with people that are thinking about co-signing, and these are the questions that come up. So hopefully, if this is your situation, hopefully this helps. If you have any further questions, you know how to reach us. It's what we're here for. We'll see you around. Woo! Adios.